Hello and welcome to a brand new episode on the Unsmitable series. We have a cracking episode for you guys today, but before we jump into that, for any of you guys who are new to this here series, it's basically me running about the wild specking people out with dragon claws. In this series so far, we've discovered a teleport you can use anywhere in the wilderness. Doesn't matter if you're TB, doesn't matter if you're Skulled, doesn't matter if you're past level 30, you can instantly teleport out with your dragon claws to your respawn location, which is pretty cool. Then we looked into how Ancient Mace and Smite works, the mechanics for that, and we found that you cannot overhit damage with the Ancient Mace. You only have 1 HP remaining. The most damage they can roll is a 1, which is very different from all the other melee weapons, but it's really cool to know that. If we have low HP and high prayer, then you cannot be smited, which is pretty awesome. Then we took everything we learned in the start of the series and we headed out to the Rev Caves. And that is you guys pretty much caught up. It's been a pretty awesome series so far. I'm having a load of fun making this. Also made 2 accounts, a defense tank looter, this the progress in him, 61 defense already. We will get up to 75. We found a training method that is like 10 times better than monks, which is pretty awesome. Monks are very AFK, so we will still train here the odd time, but this other method's just cool. I'll show you it at the end of the video. We also made a pure, but I'm not showing you the progress in this episode. I'm going to leave that for the next one. In this episode we are going over last week's Rev update. They nerfed the revs really bad, like 20% of the profit, which sounds really bad. I shouldn't be so excited about this update, but they also nerfed the bracelet of Ethereum, the thing that makes revs deal 0 damage to you. Now revs deal damage, which is massive for this year's series. Instead of people sitting at 100% HP at the Rev Caves and being quite hard to spec out, they now sit between 50 and 95% of their hit points. Some people I am 1 specking, whereas before that wasn't possible. Killing people at the Rev Caves is now about 10 times easier, which is awesome. So in this episode we're just going to be killing loads and loads and loads of people at the Rev Caves. It's going to be pretty enjoyable for you guys. I had a load of fun making it, and we'll jump back into the progress in these 2 accounts in the next episode. Sit back, relax and enjoy the clips. This might be the most satisfying video I've made. All it is me claw specking out gold farmers for ages. Claws completely wreck everybody. They're super accurate. These boys don't have full HP. That boy was only 345k risk. That's the lower end. Most of these boys risk between like 700 to I think 1.6 mil. Oh no, I got a few kills over 2 mil. Here I accidentally spec'd the dragon and still somehow managed to kill him. The ones with rune crossbows, they all risk really low, so just avoid them boys. What you want to aim for is the PvP weapons, either the Vigor's chain mace or the crossbow. I am absolutely loving these claws though. It's just like pulling the pin. You head in, 2 specs, unload, completely wrecks most of the people. I'd say about 50% of the people I get a spec off on die. Now on the pure it's going to be much higher than that, but here they're all like 80 HP, 70 HP, some of them are sitting on 60 HP. There does be protectors and all, so don't be greedy. The biggest pile in the loot is always the Ethereum. It's always the one sitting on the top. That was a 2 mil PK but only got away with 550k, which sounds really bad, but most of the time there will be protectors or there will be these mages. If there's loads of them in the world, just hop around till you find ones that are empty or ones that look like they're empty. Here I couldn't see a protector, so spec this dude out, because killing them is the easiest bit. A mage was in this world, so again I just picked up the ether, picked up a wee bit of loot and then got out of there. With the pure and the loot and account combo, I won't really need to be as quick. I'll be able to stay there on the defense tank and loot up everything. But on this account, resetting is so quick that it doesn't even matter. There it was a 1.2 mil PK, I only got about 400k of it, which sounds really bad, but to reset I just teleport over to my house, renew my special attack, then I use the myth cape over to Gelvac, jump in to refight him, and once he kills me I've lost my skull. So a full reset only takes about 45 seconds, maybe like 1 to 2 minutes if you count running from the Revs teleport down to work and spec people. I could kill people every 2 minutes pretty much. That's pretty juicy considering how much these boys risk. If you only go for the PvP weapon dudes, then you're probably chatting about 800k average. Some of them are risking like 2 mil, some about 500 to 1.2 mil. Yeah, average about 800k on the PvP weapon dudes. And you could kill 20 plus of these boys per hour. That's like 16 mil per hour on this account. On the pure I have a much quicker reset cycle, because as soon as I use that teleport that kills me, it also removes my skull, which is just awesome. It will be a bit harder to loot whilst I reset and come back, but I think I'll be able to get much more kills per hour on the pure than on this account. and I'm still making a crazy amount of money on this. Now I can't recommend any of you guys trying this because I don't want to hear about anybody losing their claws. It is the wild, it is dangerous, don't bring anything you don't want to lose out there. There is ways to make it much safer, like lowering your HP, keeping your prayer high. I bring out divine potions because they hit me 10 damage each time, and I also bring out a strange orb to remove 20 HP. So instead of sitting on 99, I'm already sitting on 59 whenever I spec people. If a big clan comes and tries to smite me out, they won't get my prayer low enough. And make sure, there's a 1.3 mil PK, that was quite nice. Make sure you don't have Acceptate on if you're doing this. Clans are quite smart, and what they've been doing is actually healing people up to get their HP high enough to smite them with the ancient maces and all. So if you do decide to try this, make sure you've Acceptate off, you've got low HP and high prayer, and then you're kind of pretty safe. One thing I'm going to show you here, it's got nothing to do with the Unsmitable series, but I like to throw little, you know, snippets in my videos, things you guys might like the look of. So if you take out charged Dragonstone, what are these things called? Dragonstone jewellery charges on the scrolls, you can buy them in G for like 250 GP. You put your bank fillers onto fill bank, so these things can't go in your bank's full, means they always sit in this inventory slot. Then you set up deposit and glories here. Have a look at this, right? It only takes a few seconds. You can actually set escape to close the bank interface. I bought 10,000 of these boys for 11,820 and they sell for 12,180. This here is just an insane moneymaker I found. It is very, very clicky. It does give you a little bit of arthritis, and the glories do take a wee bit of time to sell because you can do thousands of these. So it's about 10k per invent, but I just want to show you the speed of an invent. It's like 2 to 3 seconds. If you have escape set to close your bank, you can just click on the 2, deposit, withdraw, scroll, and then repeat. I done the full 10,000 in like 20 minutes. That's 3.7 mil profit in 20 minutes. Very low requirements. I think you only need Heroes Quest. I just thought I'd throw this in here, see if you guys like a little moneymaker. It might help some of the noobs out. Let's get back to the other progress. Have a look at this dude's HP when I walk in here. Now this isn't a rare thing. These boys are in every single world. He's sitting at like 60 HP in the wild, risking like 700k or something. How is he not going to die there? If a Debo were come in, they could just hit him from a distance. Fair enough, he might seen me coming with claws. He didn't when I managed to spec him out. I think Debo rushing it revs would be really, really profitable now as well. Because with a Debo, you can hit them from a distance. They won't see you coming. You could even do a Debo in long range. They're that low. Or if you have a mate, that would be even better. 2 Debos would wreck any of these here boys. And every single world you hit is like, let me just see how much I got off this dude. Yeah, 680k. That's a bit less. That there Rev's teleport scroll was mine. So about 640k in about 2 minutes. Pretty good. And another good thing about Debos is they're only like 450k or something. They're really cheap. So highly recommend trying it with Debos at the minute. Now you guys are probably thinking, how much money can this dude actually be making claw rushing at the Rev Cave? So I done a full day out here. Well, not even a full day. I done 4 hours at the Rev Caves the other day, and I left the loot tracker running on the top right. I actually streamed the last hour of it, and the last hour wasn't really that efficient. I met up with a load of lads in the CC. We were staying around a couple of worlds and specking people. If I'm by myself, I'm much more efficient because I can actually like hop around loads of worlds. If I see a clan, a quick hop. If I see loads of mages, a quick hop. I'm just hopping around worlds really quick, which is very hard to coordinate with a team. So 3 hours of doing it good, plus like 1 hour of mucking about with the boys and maybe getting like 1 or 2 kills, maybe 3 kills within that hour. But yeah, I made over 60 mil in 4 hours at the Rev Cave. That one there was 1.2 mil, 1.15 mil in a couple of minutes. Making this much money in something that's so fun is just awesome. I found these here, well, I didn't actually find them. A boy in the CCPM may saying there's these origami balloons in the game. I'd never seen these before, but basically once you've completed Enlightened Journey, you can make these here balloons. You light them and they just run forward a wee bit, then they burn and die, and I was like, oh, I don't know what I'll do with them. But I end up finding out about them whenever I was out claw rushing people, so I brought them out and told people to watch it. I didn't have my claws on, but then I'd light them and they kind of travel forward a wee bit then burn, so it draws people's eyes after the wee balloon. They're like, what is that thing, where's it going? They're not looking at me, and then I put on the claws and spec them out whilst the wee balloon's burning up and going on fire. It caught like 4 or 5 people off guard. I think they were just watching the balloon thinking, what is this? Maybe they had never seen it before, same as me. Then you just tell them to watch it, spec them out. Not very efficient, but it was hilarious when I actually caught a few people with it. Now this here is an ancient relic, and I'm about to show you guys a clip, not even a video actually, just a picture I'm going to show you first. And this picture has more story than most clips I'll put into my video. It was pretty crazy. This here thing, the ancient relic, is a 16mm drop, so remember that and have a look at this wee picture. So in this picture, New York got an ancient relic, a 16mm drop at the Rev Caves, then I instantly killed him. So there's 16mm on the floor. Then a clan TBs me, but they didn't really TB me. I'd already charged my glory and teleported out. I'd picked up the ether, but I had not read the in-game chat to know there was an ancient relic on the floor. So he got a 16mm drop and then he died, so he didn't actually get the 16mm. I got a 16mm drop, kind of, because I killed him. Would have been on the floor for me if I hadn't known it was there. But I got TB'd, but teleported out before the TB landed. Just so much happened within a few seconds, it was pretty mad. He had a bad day because he lost 16mm. I had a bad day because I didn't get the 16mm, but it was still pretty hilarious. Just so much happened within a few seconds. Here's the full clip. So I run in, spec him out. He must just been shocked there. Maybe he was PMing people just being like, I just got an ancient relic. I didn't even see the chat until after. But I killed him. I did get a few seconds to pick up a good chunk of his loot before these boys logged in. Still didn't notice the relic in the chat though. I need to start looking down there because it's not the first time I've seen a relic today. I actually seen one earlier on when I was running to Spec-a-Boy and I'd spec'd somebody else. So maybe it'd be worth keeping an eye in the chat. If people do get relics, go for them. But yeah, just got out as he TB'd me with 800k loot, so I cannot complain. It's a good PK, it's a good bit of profit for a couple of minutes. But that could have been so much more. Could have got away with 16.8mm there. I'm not sure how I could have done it. Oh, if I had my looting account out there, my tank, defense tank, that's how I could get away with those ones. Because if they call in a clan, you get like TB'd and all, and you've no food, you're going to die anyway. I wonder what would have happened. Yeah, because even if I picked up that relic, I wouldn't have been able to keep it. So would have had to have the defense tank out there to keep it. Here's the other relic I seen. So I ran in, tried to spec one boy, but he got prayer up quick enough. Because these boys are so low HP, it's worth speccing somebody else even with 50%, because the odd time you just get them. There's Storm Black coming in with the ancient relic. This here's where it would be really good to have a team with you, or to have other people like doing the same thing as you in different worlds. And you could just send them a wee PM being like, oh, some lad in this world just got an ancient relic. Come Debo spec him, or come Claw spec him. Maybe TB, whatever, because killing these boys is like taking candy from babies. I'm sure if you TB'd them, it'd be an easy 16mm. Anyway, that's all we have time for today. We made over 80mm at the Rev Caves in the last 2 days, which is crazy. I did not expect to make anywhere near that, especially post nerf, where they've removed 20% of the profit at Revs. I've made like 3 times as much profit as I thought it would. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. The next one we're going to have a lot of progress in the pure, and I've got a bit of a surprise for you guys. We've actually got a 3rd account for this series, or 4th if you count this main, which you kind of do. We've done a full episode on it here. A 4th account, right? Have a think about this. On the pure, I'm very low combat, but the people I'm speccing are like 70 combat plus. You know, there's not many people out here in the 50s or 60s killing the Revs. So I've decided I need an account with higher combat, but I want to make the most of that. So I've made another pure that has really high attack and really high strength. Its hit points are a bit higher, but it just means I'll have higher accuracy, you know? Whereas the pure we're making, the Unsmitable account, is going to be 60 attack. This one's probably going to end up 99 attack, 99 strength, and 13 defense for Addy gloves. So that's what we're rocking with on the other one. So yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you did, hit all them buttons below, and I will catch all you guys in the next video. I think the next one coming your way is a borrows only one. We are having a stream this weekend for anybody who's interested. Oh wait, sorry, I've completely forgot. At the start of the video I said I'd show you this training method that's like 8 times more XP per hour than monks for defense tanks. So to do this, you need to get 40% Shazian favor. You need to brew down to 1 range on a main. You need to have a blowpipe and a serpentine helm, or a trident. You can also do it with the trident. If you have both of those items equipped, you have 100% chance of inflicting venom. That's really important. Then what you're going to do is hit 1 damage to every single gang member. So you're only dealing 1 damage on your main, but you're also inflicting venom. Venom stacks up and hits like 666 999. No, 666 888 10, 10, 10, or something like that. It ends up hitting 20s anyway. Venom completely wrecks everybody. So you'll deal 1 damage to all of the gang members, then you'll stop attacking them with the main, and you'll just whack them down on the defense tank with the ham joint. It is quite annoying if you do it at peak times. You can get crashed by people, and it takes a long time to kill them all, so it really sucks if you get crashed. But you could get around that by doing it in like a PvP world, or just doing it off peak times and hope that nobody comes and crashes you. A full hour at the monks will get you like 1.7k XP per hour or something like that. But if you kill 1 set of gangs, you're guaranteed 1 of these intel, and that's pretty much an hour, but you'll usually get like 2 or 3 intel. So the usual ways for training defense tanks are either cave bugs and monks, and you just kick them and you get really low XP per hour, but here you could get like 10 of these intels per hour. You could probably get 10 or 20k XP per hour just by killing these boys. Now if you get up to level 75 defense and you can use a DFS spec, the XP per hour will just fly up, because then instead of killing all the normal gang members, all you'll kill is the gang boss. He has a 100% chance of dropping an intel. That means you get 1k plus for every single world you visit, so it'll be really good XP once you hit 75. But it's pretty good XP at the minute. Like every single intel is nearly an hour at the monks, and you get a wee bit of XP while you kill them. I'm going to spend mine in HP because I want to have high hit points and high defense on my tank. So yeah, we're going to spend these in HP. It's by far the fastest hit points XP per hour in a defense tank by like maybe 20 or 30 or something, but for defense XP it's still 10 times better. Well, 8 to 10 times better depending how like lucky you are within the hour. So there we go, we hit 50 HP, we're 60 defense, we're actually 61 now. Just thought I'd show you that because I said at the start of the video I would. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I will catch you all in the next video. Bye.